So you're looking for a dog trainer in Mundelein, and you want to make sure you're making the absolute best choice for you and your pup. Let's walk through exactly how to do that so you can feel really confident in your decision.
Just imagine it. You're taking a nice, calm walk with your dog through Cracklauer Park, or maybe you're over at the Village Commons. There's no pulling on the leash, no lunging. It's just you and your best friend enjoying the day. Well, that's the dream, right? And the right training is how we get there.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the foundation. This is all about training methods and credentials. Before you even start Googling trainers, you've got to know what a good one actually looks like, what methods they should be using, and what all those letters after their name really mean.
You're going to see this term everywhere, positive reinforcement. And there's a really good reason for that. It's a modern, science-backed way to train that's all about using rewards, treats, praise, a favorite toy, to encourage the behaviors you want to see. It's super effective, and it also builds a ton of trust and makes learning fun for your dog.
And when you look at the comparison, it's really night and day. Reward-based methods are all about building that partnership and teaching your dog what you want them to do. On the flip side, methods that use fear, pain, or intimidation, well, they can totally break that trust, and honestly, they often end up creating a whole new set of problems like anxiety or even aggression.
So how can you be sure a trainer is legit and committed to these positive methods? Look for certifications like these. I know they're a mouthful of acronyms, but they're important. They mean the trainer has passed tough exams on animal behavior and learning theory. Seeing one of these is a great sign that they've really invested in their education.
All right, next up, let's get into the practical stuff. Finding the right program for your dog, and of course, figuring out the costs. Now you know what to look for in a trainer's philosophy.
Group classes can be a fantastic choice. They're especially great for puppies or any dog that needs to work on paying attention to you when there's a lot going on. It gives them a safe, controlled place to practice listening, even with other dogs and people right there.
But what if the problem is happening right in your house? Like your dog jumping all over guests or barking like crazy at the front door? That's where private in-home lessons really shine. The trainer comes to you and you work on the issue right where it happens. It's perfect for real-life results.
And then you have the board and train option. This is a really intensive, immersive program where your dog actually goes to live with the trainer. It can definitely speed up the learning process, but it is absolutely crucial that you're involved when your dog comes home, so you learn how to keep all that great training going.
Okay, let's talk about the budget. This chart gives you a pretty realistic idea of what training costs look like here in the Mundelein area. As you can see, the prices really vary depending on the type of program. Group classes are usually the most budget-friendly, while a board and train is a much bigger financial commitment. It's just helpful to have these numbers in mind.
Now let's switch gears and talk about the local rules here in Mundelein and Lake County, because being a great dog owner also means being a great neighbor, and a good trainer is going to help you and your dog fit right into the community guidelines.
I want you to remember this number, 6, as in 6 feet. That's the longest your leash can be in public spaces around Mundelein. So, that standard 6-foot leash you probably already have, that's your best friend for walks around town.
And the rule itself is super simple. Unless you are inside a fenced-in official dog park, your dog has to be on a leash. That means parks, sidewalks, community events, everywhere.
Here's another key number for you, 4. Once your dog hits 4 months old, they need to have a current rabies vaccination and be licensed with Lake County.
So, let's just run through a quick checklist. You need a current rabies vaccine and a county license for any dog over 4 months. Make sure your dog is always wearing their license tag. Keep that leash to 6 feet or less in public. And of course, it's on us to manage any nuisance barking. Pretty straightforward stuff for being a good neighbor.
Okay, you've done your homework, you know what to look for. Now it's time to actually make the call. Let's go over a quick checklist you can use when you're ready to interview and hire a trainer. Think of this as your interview game plan. You definitely want to ask about their methods and their credentials. A big one is asking how they'll create a plan specifically for your dog's needs. And don't forget to get clear on costs and what happens if you have to cancel. A really great question is, how will we know we're making progress? Oh, and if you're dealing with a serious behavior issue, it's a fantastic sign if they're willing to work with your vet.
So once you've started training, you got to practice those new skills, right? Luckily, Mundelein and the areas around it have some amazing places where you can do just that.
You can work on those new loose leash walking skills over at Lakefront Park or on the trails at Diamond Lake County Park. When you're ready to work on off-leash skills like recall, A fenced-in spot like Stanton Park Dog Park over in Gurnee is a safe, legal place to do it. Plus, the Lake County Forest Preserves have miles of trails that are perfect for putting it all to the test.
You know, at the end of the day, picking the right trainer and putting in the work is about so much more than just fixing a few bad habits. It's really an investment in your relationship. With good training, your dog can become that confident, happy, well-behaved companion you can take anywhere, at home, around the neighborhood, and all across Mundelein. You'll both be so much happier for it.